one. Instead of I could use the pipes, but I'm just curious. I'm pretty sure it was a minimum of 2 loading zones.
The thing is, I can't remember if it is loading zones or if it's a loading zones by area.
We can double check. At worst, it's just a matter of going in and out of the pipes. I can cut around. Let's see if it changed. See?
Yeah, okay.
It's 2 loading zones.
Okay.
What?
I said, okay. Why does slow-go exist? Why would you ever want that?
Also meaning if it's 2, I don't need to do the on. That means technically I can go down.
You can go down, but then go to a different room in the sewer.
Yeah. Might as well, I guess. Whoop. Well, we have a minute to complain.
I was going to say, and I am still amazed at this fact, and it seems to purely be because the guy was a smaller, like, sort of mid-sized YouTuber video about, like, game ownership and stuff. A guy said it was, like, I don't remember exactly what he said. It was something like, arguing for preservation and, like, availability. Oh, there's Jumpman.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, that's not that bad when you look at the whole, like, you need over 430 coins for the Wario emblem. Basically, the point he made was something, like, accessibility and availability, or it was, like, just selfish intentions under the guise of altruistic intent.
Yes. It's 2 to equip. What are my start points? 25. Might take the chill out again. Don't need that as much. Just looking for. Realistically, I don't need.
Yeah, charge, we technically don't really
Need any more because of. There we go. You can't use your hammer at all, and it's 1 increase to jump damage, but again, everything is applicable.
I still feel like that should have been more.
In some cases, yes.
Because if it was 1 to hammer, or like 1 to jump and -1 to the other, I think that would have been fair.
I'm doing things in a weird order. I'm gonna go advance the plot, and then we'll deal with the up arrow. But that didn't take that long with the back and forth.
Because it's all luck based.
His shop is random, but it's 2 loading zones. Anyway. Oh, shit. Hold on. Hold on, I got the scary motherfuckers in the sewers now.
Scary monsters. Though, this might kill him because we're in danger. Yeah.
Yeah, boy. That was big silly.
Because we actually don't have the basic Magic Koopa, because the ones in the pit were...
Yes.
They're...
Ah, this works.
Wait, I thought the...
What?
I thought the one Koopa was...
No?
What, is the one guy's armor color different?
Yeah, he's the harder version.
Oh.
He's the harder version because motherfucker had like 25 health.
Well, that is funny that it's like... You got the first attack and, you know, you did 7 damage and that was exactly enough.
Oh, I want those saddles.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
It's fine.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs!
It's fine.
No, that's a lot of damage. You already got the magic Koopa.
Yeah. I keep doing that. He's just fine. Everything's okay.
Yeah, road port underground. Attack is 4. Ooh. Ooh, those are some spicy boys.
Knock him down. Because he's spiky and it doesn't matter. So I was like, this is fine. Then when they're down, their defense is 0. I can just defend for maximum, you're not going to hurt me.
Well, you can't even do anything because of the boost sheet anyway, so...
That's my point. I'm considering this.
Though the funny thing is,
What?
I think the real one is the one that will... Oh, no, they all...
You can't hammer.
Yeah, this is like the one-time Quake Hammer would be useful. I guess you can get Coops.
It's fine. We got the quick change. Alright. Found him. It's fine.
I don't believe there is any way to tell which
There
one
isn't.
is the
But
right one.
multi-hit moves?
Yeah, multi-hit moves are basically the only answer to that.
It's fine. This is good. Come on, Mouse. Nobody. Okay. Anyway. Miss Mouse is here. She's just kind of chilling.
Because you,
Yeah.
like, with her being an optional party member, she is, like, the most relevant out of them in terms of
She
personality.
comments on things because
because they, like, partners only comment on things if you have them out.
Out, yeah,
So if you have them out, but because, you know, she's missable, it's all like how Vincent, like, you fear basically nothing in Final Fantasy VII because they were optional.
Yes. To kind of go back to that other point, because I kind of stopped in the middle. I'm sorry, it's entitlement. It's entitlement under the most thin veneer of all. Think of the preservation. Think of the children. Think of integrity.
Like I've said before, children don't care about the original Luigi's Mansion if they love 3. If they love 3, that's the game they like.
Let's go see Professor Pringle.
You are the only ones that want the first 2 games. But you knew if your argument was, I want the first 2 games because I need them now, that would just be entitlement and petting.
Crystal Star and Boss Hats. That place simply bursting with rich and famous excitement. Believe Possibly Hides is also
Oh, you see, this is
home to a shrine.
Oh, I know. Oh, she is going with you. You see, this is a moment where I wish the partners had more character because it's like she's a thief, and we're basically going to a rich asshole, a Berg. She should have been more willing to steal shit from there.
How do we get there?
Especially, yeah, because you
We're
know,
at the most famous train.
especially because you know, if we had a character that was like a thief and despite coming with us was still a thief and wanted to steal shit, that would, you know, give this game a small level of edge people act like it has when it really doesn't.
Damn it, Gardner. That's a good idea. Do you know him? He's not one to mess with. Have to. And I'm in. Could get ugly.
You see, like, something that shows you sort of how generic the partner dialogue in a lot of areas are because they don't have specific...
Who matter? But first... Song for you. in the house of the dragon that flew through the air beyond the reversible stair. Near the empty black chest that cursed you lies a clue to help your allies learn. I have no idea what it means, unfortunately. If you figure it out, come tell me. Oh, basically. One of my favorite things. What's this? An up arrow? An up arrow? Up? Of course! Phew. Phew.
Wish they had added that like stock cat, like.
This is a villager stone, so that's what the star sign meant. Picked this up at a flea market years ago and forgot it was in the attic. I can power for partners more.
We could have had level 2 upgrades this whole time.
It was in his attic.
This whole time. The pickles were under his tongue the whole time. And there's the pickles from last time, too.
Okay, Goombella, definitely.
The first two that should take in danger, the first one that should take priority is Goombella. If you're not doing danger, still Goombella. After Goombella, I would say give it to the Yoshi.
We had the same thought process. Her skill? Well, first on. Bobbery doesn't have a rank.
I was going to say that after this, give Bobbery the.
Bobbery doesn't have a rank at all. What Goombella does? It's called Rally Wink. She gives up her turn, so Mario.
He gives Mario another turn because the game designers realize Mario is the only one that matters. You know there is a problem in your game design when your best partner is good, not because she's actually good, but because she makes the good character better.
Anyway, trying to do some other cleanup.
Also, it does give characters another attack up.
Yeah. Trying to do some other cleanup while we're at it. Just some stuff on my mind, but the thing is, and this does give me a minute to ramble, people are at a point now where they consider accessibility the same as preservation. When... Yeah, now that'll happen. Preservation is not the same as accessibility. It never was. I'm sorry.
Because, like I said, it is just people. They want games, but they knew if their argument was, I want it because
I'll just come out and say it. You want shit for free under the thin veneer of preservation with this ridiculous idea that, and people will even say, but what if Nintendo's, headquarters in Japan gets destroyed by an earthquake? All the Nintendo games gone. If Nintendo isn't forced to let us have copies of their games, they could lose their legacy.
Did you people ever think about maybe it's not just Nintendo of Japan that has backups for this shit?
They also moved my man.
Because they know. They know people do that stupid sweaty speedrun thing.
On. Esporia.
Because we still need tiles, you should probably just try to walk into things and not open them with...
Yes.
So,
HP is 12, attack is 7, defense is 2.
Though HP is 12, so man kinda beefy.
Rogue 4 underground, etc.
man had 2 or 3 extra Twinkies. No, but seriously, that's just a surprising...
Bang, 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 bang!
No, but seriously, that's just a surprising amount of HP for this point in the game.
Because this is a enemy near the end of the pit. That's why. It's just
Why is he down here then?
to guard these shines.
Also, I don't remember which badge it is. That motherfucker, I believe, does actually have a chance to drop a really good badge. Wait, I think those motherfuckers can drop Flower Saver.
I think that was the thing, yes. Now, in this version of the game, I want to try some dumb shit.
Though if they change the location of the, like... It's funny, the one thing still works.
Alright. First of all, you can kick coops. Second, okay, got the badge. Second of all, because the room is virtually identical, I'm going to do a trick that I wasn't completely aware of on GameCube at the time. Which is going to be a little bit bizarre anyway.
Unless
Oh, no, they moved it.
they moved it slightly up so it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. But,
You can just do it that way.
cheating! I can get all three. You could kick coops on the GameCube at the time. I didn't know you could jump and grab it that way. So that means we don't have to return here.
Oh, again, like...
On GameCube,
you
I had
can
to come
just-
back.
I was going to say, can you hit them with your hammer?
Yes, yes you can.
So,
What?
it's one of those, I feel like the change, because you can still hit it with your hammer, doesn't really, like, help.
That's still funny, that works.
You know,
On GameCube, I had to come back. But then I watched someone do that as a fun little secret. And I'm like, I'm going to keep that in mind for next time. But then we get to play this version, so I can claim everything in one go. For I am a cheeky fuck. Cheeky fuck, cheeky fuck.
meaning that because we...
What?
How many shine sprites do we have now? Because you can actually get that one early.
I can also, since we're up a shine, go get the other one up here before we move on with the freaking plot. Since it's roughly where the plot is anyway. So this works out, and then we'll get a move on with everything. There's that bombable wall to the side. Also, just because I'm curious. Yeah, but I did match 7, so it's gonna give me a mushroom.
We got 4th prize.
What?
He said we got the
4th prize, that's a basic mushroom.
I thought the basic mushroom was the cancellation prize if you don't get anything.
Wait.
I think 4th is a super mushroom or a maple syrup.
Oh, and we can actually make one. Well, one up.
Go!
Go!
Star piece behind the trash can.
Yeah. Always forget about that story piece. It's fine. On. Wait. Yeah, basic mushrooms, I believe, are the cancellation. On. I'm gonna cook my leaf, get a tea. If I always sell that Mr. Softener. See what my other prize is. On. Use one item. Well, I got an extra leaf. Except now we can just skip the cutscenes. Good. We sell my Mr. Softener. On. We will get a move on. Between chapters, you gotta do. You gotta sell. Seldom is softener. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, how many of you agree with the point we were making, even though I know a lot of people hate hearing that, but it is true? People are basically super entitled, and they're hiding their entitlement behind good intentions because people want you to think that video games are more fragile than they actually are, all because people want to justify the need to rip every game ever and have entire libraries of games on a hard drive, all because people basically think that availability and preservation are the same when they're not. Just because a game is not available doesn't mean it's not preserved. A company could easily have that game backed up in their personal servers. That would mean it's preserved, it's just not available. So availability and preservation are not the same. Normally we say accessibility and preservation are not the same, but availability still makes the same point. Just because something is not inherently available does not mean it's lost. And accessibility basically can still be used as well because people want things to be super accessible and readily available. Even though, like I said, a game can be preserved, but not accessible or available in any form. And the good intentions of trying to preserve games basically ends up completely overshadowed by obvious, self-righteous, whiny entitlement because you want stuff you can't have for free. And you're going to justify the concept of, oh, if we don't do this, Nintendo could lose their games forever. And if Nintendo loses their games forever, it's on their fans to basically revive those games. While those intentions sound good, they always turn into petty, self-righteous, whiny entitlement. Because you feel like you're owed everything you can't have for free. So you have to turn it into this weird moral issue. And that is its own can of worms. And I'm not going to sit here and completely go down that rabbit hole. My short point is this. Just because something is not available or accessible does not mean it's not preserved. You're not owed access to privately preserved things, even if you feel like you are, and older things you're not owed as well. And if you want to take that up with anyone, maybe try and actually get copyright and trademark laws changed without being entitled whiny babies, because that's the biggest problem with things currently. And I'm not saying copyright and stuff is good, but the way laws currently exist, you can be civil and get laws changed instead of going on these stupid crusades where you basically feel like you're owed old media, which is why I'm calling it entitlement, because you feel like you're entitled to old media and you want old media for free. And you then need to justify that, oh, it's just archival and preservation, when no, it is you technically stealing shit and getting stuff for free because you feel like that's your birthright. And I'm starting to ramble, but I'm just tired of all of these narratives pushing this idea that it's basically okay to mass download semi-unavailable stuff because it gets treated as, oh, if it's not readily available or accessible, therefore it's lost media and not preserved or archived. Even if companies have personal private backups of their stuff, people just want free stuff. And all these good intentions quickly turned into petty, whiny, self-righteous entitlement where you're all just a bunch of whiny babies. But anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments. Or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.